All right, Evan. You had a great weekend. I think we're real close to getting you back to being really solid and effective up there on the mound. But um, I wanted to show you this. This was from, of course, from the old building over there, and we've been talking about, how your back leg, you know, it's not driving off. It's more just turning there. And I just wanted to show you this and let you see it, and maybe that'll help. Um, you can see you're trying to more or less, turn your leg or twist your leg instead of just driving off sideways. If you can see here, look how your shoelaces um, have already begun to turn home, and see how their shoelaces are still pointing, off to the side. They're just driving sideways. And look at the difference in what the knee is doing. Your leg is kind of in this position, already very bent, whereas, as they're going through, their knees still kind of facing out here to the camera and in a much straighter position. So that's all that is just evidence that you're turning your leg and not driving off. So you're not getting, nearly as much energy uh, into the throw, and the turning is also what I believe is affecting the consistency in your throws. It just by instead of pushing in a straight line, if you take a look at this shot, you can really see how everything is going straight ahead. He's really driving sideways, straight ahead. If you look at that back leg, it's going to just push sideways in a straight line. Everything's working, right towards home plate, and it starts with that back leg and what that back leg is doing. Um, and you're definitely, trying to prematurely turn that foot or turn that leg, instead of just focusing on pushing sideways at your target. Um, Look at his foot here. Look how, the foot is still, the heel is still down here. His heel is still, down, meaning it's still pressing just sideways. Look how much your heel is raised in an attempt to try to turn. Your heel comes up, almost immediately there, whereas theirs stays grounded, sideways. And it's all it is an intent to turn this leg. You're trying to deliver the ball by spinning through it instead of driving through it. There's a spinning action versus this sideways drive to it. And that's why you also tend to open up, a lot more. Look at the front foot here. How his toe is really almost angled to the opposite batter's box. Pointing basically at the right-hander's batter's box, and yours is pointing at the left. Okay, really flying open here. Okay, but it really starts with that back leg. Once the back leg starts to turn, the rest of the body is going to kind of follow suit and try to kind of turn with it. So hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you believe that. And we really try to work on, just driving sideways, driving in a straight line at the target, and not forcing that leg to turn over. Um, Again, look at your shoelaces facing the catcher, and their shoelaces are, still off to the side. That back foot is going to come around, but for them, your your toes are already pointing home before your front foot is completely down. Uh, their foot gets down, their feet are sideways. The back foot is still sideways. Then of course it does come around, but look how much yours turns over. Look at how much your ankle turns over there compared to here. Okay, I mean that's you know that's just evidence right there of how much you're trying to twist that leg, and that's not going to give you power. Spinning your leg isn't going to give you energy into the throw. you're you'd probably put another 6, 7, 8 miles an hour on your pitches, Evan, if you'll really quit trying to turn that foot and really drive sideways into it. Um, and it's you'll compensate with the upper body too to try to make up for what your leg isn't giving you back there. Now, the arm action is beautiful. This right here, the way your elbow gets flexed and bent. Compare that with Burley here. Um, how that you can start long, but then that elbow is going to get bent right there. Compare these two. I mean, that's perfect. As that ball goes by the ear, you can see how nice that is. I mean, that's beautiful. And then that ball lays back nice and nice for us right there. Okay. Now, one thing that you could continue to work on, but really, for right now, it's just one simple thing: straight line with the back leg. But eventually, you want to feel like your elbow doesn't get out in front of your head, until after you let go of the ball. Um, and that's real common for youth throwers. They compensate with the upper body, and the elbow will tend to kind of rush out front. But you can see in our professionals how that elbow is right at the ear, and then it just extends through and gets this nice clean line here with that elbow right at about our ear as the ball is released. And some of that's due to the turning too. All the turning is going to bring it. As you're turning this way, you're trying to turn, around this way, like this. That's going to bring the right side with it, which is going to rush the right elbow out in front. So some of that is related to the turning of the back leg too. As that leg is turning, it's turning the whole body forward prematurely. So, what I'm saying is, just driving sideways and not trying to spin the leg will begin to help, in keeping this elbow behind the ear.